Hi, I'm Dominic Jansky with LighthouseHockey.com, and this is 3 Minute Island on SB Nation and Lighthouse Hockey's YouTube channel. We keep talking in these videos about what to look for as the season winds down, so a lot of these topics are going to be similar, but they end up being pretty important, I would think, at least for Islanders fans. And one of them is, it's interesting with the way the site works and the way people bring up different ideas and fan posts. We had Ozzy Fan bring up a fan post on what do wins or losses mean the rest of the season, and there was a good comment that I'm going to frankly steal from here from Fab Traption, just bringing up things that you want to see for the rest of the season. There were a lot of good points there, so I'll just go through a few of them. One of them, Josh Bailey, of course, we've talked about with his recent move to wing. That's really only 2 games old, so who knows how long that's going to last. But that relates to Kyle Okposo, which was another point. Is he going to figure out a role? Because he hasn't been a lasting presence on the first line, hasn't been a lasting presence on the second line with Frans Nielsen, as it turns out. And right now, in one way, when you look at it, with Bailey on Frans Nielsen's wing, Bailey's sort of auditioning for the job Okposo used to have. Another important point, also having to do with that former line with Nielsen and Okposo, is Michael Grabner. Is he going to figure out a role? He's an important penalty killer. He's an important scoring chance generator, but of course everybody wants to see him be more of a scorer. Whether that's ever going to happen, we don't know. But the fourth quarter of the season will tell us a little bit more on that topic. Another point brought up was Al Montoya. Does he have a future here at all? If that's even possible, shouldn't they get him into games? With Anders Nielsen being goalie of the month, Kevin Poulin winning AHL honors earlier this season, you can see the writing on the wall for the future, but does Montoya even have a chance? Stuff like his day-to-day upper body injury that's apparently sent him back to Long Island just make you wonder if he's in the plans at all. Then another one who's perhaps not in the plans is Ty Wishart, who got a good audition last season, but has only been up ever so briefly this year. Michael Fornabile, the beat writer for the Connecticut Post on the Sound Tigers, says that Wishart's been playing in all situations and had a role as a team leader down in Bridgeport. But is that going to translate to even an option to play that pending restricted free agent? It's another thing to look for. One other point brought up was Nino Niederreiter. Of course, he's been scratched recently, but we all, I think, know that he's not quite a NHL caliber player right now, but where is he and where would he be if he were on a scoring line? You'd probably like to see him down the stretch at least get a few looks on a scoring line, because after all, that's supposed to be his future, and it might be nice to remind him what life is like on a line that's poised to score rather than just to check in 10 minutes or less per game. The final point brought up was the young defensive core that's down in Bridgeport. They have, at last count, 9 bodies down there. Dylan Reese is coming off IR for the Islanders. You would think there's going to be chances somewhere as the season winds down for someone like Calvin DeHaan, Aaron Ness, Matt Donovan, maybe even Mark Kadick, although he's been out all year, so he's just coming back from rehab. Anyway, one of those guys to get a look at the NHL level. Sorry, that's a long list of possible topics there, but I just thought Fab Traption's comment in that fan post was good and worth calling out. And I know his signature is official choice of Lighthouse Dog #1, thanks to a contest and a tiebreaker last season. I would bring out Lighthouse Dog #1 right now for an on-camera look, but there's storms in the area, so right now she's hiding in the bathtub as I record this, which is kind of like what any opponent of Michael Haley does after he meets him for the first time. Thanks again for watching. We've got a YouTube channel now for Lighthouse Hockey. You can subscribe to that or look at the sidebar and see more of these as they're posted.